My opinion on bars and shakes. So protein shakes, meal replacement shakes, and really any kind of bars, whether it's just energy bars, protein bars. What's my issue with most of them? Well, most of them are highly processed. That's where I will start with shakes, with bars, especially the protein bars. They're full of junk. And to me, I would say don't waste putting food in your body if it's not actually going to serve you. And I think that a lot of shakes are full of extra stuff that we don't need. For example, the muscle milk and all of these products that weightlifters are using. They're full of a lot of other ingredients that I don't really suggest as a nutritionist. I try and keep to whole foods as much as possible. There's sugar added to many bars and shakes. And I think that replacing a meal with a liquid diet is not something I suggest. It's very similar to my opinion on juicing. You're skipping the chewing, you're skipping the enjoyment of sitting down and looking at your meal and seeing and appreciating where your food came from. I think that that's a piece that we're missing as an average American, is we're not sitting down and we're not looking at our food as something that we're thankful to have. When was the last time that someone actually sat down and really tasted their meal, especially earlier meals in the day, breakfast or lunch? I think sometimes we sit down as a family for dinner, but even then we sit down and are watching TV or doing something else. So I think that enjoying a full, whole meal is really important. And I think that's important for breakfast, lunch, snack, and dinner, is that taking that time to yourself. So that's kind of why I think that shakes and bars are not ideal. I don't think that being on the go, driving in your car and having a bar is healthful for you. Now, if it comes to you're not going to eat a meal, that's not a good option either. So if it comes to it's a crazy day and you're just super busy, a shake is okay. And shake that I personally have for myself is from Zymogen. I think there's a few other shakes that are pretty good quality. What I'm looking for in a shake is that it comes from, if it's whey, it's coming from grass-fed cows. If it's eggs, that it's from a good quality source. I want to know that it's not highly processed. I mean, most shakes have to be processed in some sort, but how destroyed is the protein? What other ingredients are in there that don't make sense? Many times soy is added into bars and shakes. A bar that I do like is the Epic bars, which is really mostly a jerky bar, but I think that's a great option. Things that I take for snacks in my car, I make gummies from the Great Lakes grass-fed gelatin. I also take jerky a lot of places with me. I suggest making yourself some nut mix and adding some bacon or something in there. That kind of makes it savory, and trying to think of some other good snack ideas just off the top of my head, but really trying to avoid those shakes is ideal. And remember, we want that chewing. We want our body to know that food is coming. We want our body to be in a relaxed state. We don't want to be skipping meals because that's simple. I'm also not for shakes and stuff for weight loss. That is not giving your body all of the nutrients that it needs. There's nothing really that can compare to eating whole foods. It really comes down to you need to eat real vegetables, real protein, and eat as close to the ground as possible. So what that means is eat food that came from nature. Try to not eat food that's been through 10 steps before you're putting it in your mouth. Even some of the snacks I make that are more healthful, I know that they're more processed than just eating a vegetable. So again, comes back to eating whole foods is the best way to go. Email me if you are interested in knowing a little bit more about the shakes that I do think are maybe okay when it's an emergency. You can contact me through Unrefined29 or MoniquePottsNC.com. Those are my two sites, and if you have any questions, let me know. All right.